and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. My name is Veronica Singhouse, and today I will be doing an Akoshic Tarot general reading. If it doesn't resonate, do keep in mind maybe others that may be experiencing these things. That way you can understand them better, possibly even help them. And I am going to start with the sound bath just to get us all connected and open and receptive to the messages that we're about to hear, and that way they translate. Okay, so we're definitely having issues today. We're not open and receptive, we're guarded. And you know, that makes a lot of sense. We're not going to be hard on ourselves. We're not going to think that we're not going to get the message come across correctly. That's more of a way for us to understand what's happening with not only ourselves, but everybody as a collective. People are guarded. People are unsure. And, you know, there's a lot of cocooning going on where it's like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen next. And I just kind of want to wait it out. And there's just like this tension, and it's not being released. It's not being directed into something, some game plan, some hope, some dream, some manifestation. It's just creating stagnant energy, and then it's coming across that way to people that we have in our lives, like this hostile energy where we don't appear receptive, and then they feel unheard. And it's not that we're not listening, it's that we're kind of dealing with our own shit. So do keep that in mind. If someone seems to be closing up on you and isn't open to receive what you have to say, just know that they're protecting themselves. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And so it's not the best time to dump our stuff on others or let them dump their stuff on us. This is an individual time where we are all seeking our own truth, our own identity, our own path, and it's extremely important for us to allow others to do the same, rather than dragging everybody into our goals, our dreams, and, you know, trying to get them to give us a that a boy. It's one of those things where you just gotta understand that we are all different, and the more we expect others to do that for us, the more they're expecting us to do the same. And we don't got time for that right now. We're going within, because things are going to get really disruptive soon. And if we're not zeroed in on ourselves, on who we are, it's going to be worse than it is now. And I'm talking who you are to the core, not the job you currently have, not the current title when it comes to wife, you know, girlfriend, situationship, whatever. Get your mind out of the importance of those titles, because it's almost like it's creating the identity that's false, that you don't like, others don't like. So just do you, you know, yes, I'm your wife. Yes, I'm your sister. Yes, I'm your, you know, whatever it is, your employee, your boss, whatever. Yes, I am those things, but I'm also me. And this is how I do things. This is what I want to do. And if someone's coming with you, cool. If they're not, that's okay too. That's your experience that you need in that moment. It doesn't mean that they're gonna, you know, leave. It just means that everybody doesn't have to be like stuck together moving forward, because that's causing so much confusion, because you really can't move forward all like the same. And in the past, that's kind of how society was designed, where everybody's wearing the same outfits, everyone has the same hair, everybody, you know, in the same neighborhood has similar assets. And those days are changing. We are all unique people, and that's what we want. We want that. We fought for that. So let it happen. Let yourself stand out in a super weird way that no one understands but you, and it's not for them, but you need to do it with confidence so that they know it's not just like a phase or someone's influence. That way it sticks and people start to understand that that's who you really were all along. That way everything makes sense to them, you know. Oh, she was always this way. I know for me, I've been a little weirdo hippie on the inside my entire life. And I was bullied because of it, because I didn't fit in. I am an observer. I would just kind of watch people, and it made them uncomfortable that I was staring at them. And it's like, I'm trying to understand you to the core by observing you, not, you know, trying to control you, not trying to be like you, not you trying to be like me. I just want to know you for you. But people thought I was strange. I didn't fit in, and that's okay, you know. I let it get to me for a long time, but it doesn't anymore. I understand that I'm different, and I like the way I am. It works for me. You know, it doesn't need to work for anyone else. And if I stand out in a crowd as, you know, weird and, you know, staring or whatever, I got to get out of that room. That's not the room for me, especially if I'm noticed being observant. Like, why are you watching me? You should be watching other things or yourself. I don't know. So we're going to pull 3 cards. Let's take some deep breaths together. Okay, now we're ready. All right. Sweet. These are good. These are good. So the first one I have is birth. And this doesn't necessarily have to be you being born, or this doesn't necessarily have to be you're having a child. But it definitely does mean that things are coming to fruition, where they're not just an idea anymore. They are now out there and real. And that's where they need the nurturing, especially when it's something different that we're going through with a career path, or, you know, with family or whatever. That birth of newness needs to be treated differently than other things have been treated in the past in order for it to work. So this is kind of saying this is new. This is just like children. They're all different. So treat them differently. Treat them uniquely for what they are. And it's a part of ourselves that's surfacing as well that we need to nurture differently. We need to treat ourselves differently. Things that worked for us in the past no longer serve us. So maybe in the past when we wanted to celebrate, we'd call all our friends and, you know, drink a lot. Those things are in the past. So now, rather than celebrating in an intoxication, maybe go within yourself and celebrate yourself and thank yourself and have a talk with yourself. Give yourself that pep talk that you've always wanted from others. You know, that celebration, that recognition. Do it for yourself, but really feel it, whatever that looks like for you. And that's gonna make this new birth, this new thing that's growing, it's gonna help it to thrive, and it's gonna help it to be successful in its own right for its individuality. So pay attention to how you're treating things. This one was in reverse, and this one is commitment. So that's the reverse and that's the upright. So what I'm getting with this one is it's like a contract. It's something that we agreed to a long time ago. Maybe it's something that we created for ourselves, is what I'm getting first. Is like, I know for me, I had this idea that life was hard. Life's hard. This is the way it's supposed to be. Nothing's easy. And every time something was, it almost was like I was like sabotaging, because I needed that challenge. I needed that struggle. I needed to cause pain for me to know that it was real. And I don't do that anymore. I do not do that anymore. Lately, you know, doing my daily readings, and I have all this other stuff I have to do. I still have to work. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is taking so much out of me. And oh, of course it has to be hard. And then it's like, no, but it's not. You're telling yourself it's, you know, difficult. But if you schedule your time accordingly, this is something you love to do. This is something that benefits, you know, your future. This is something that you're developing and working on. Yeah, it's not where it's going to be, but you got to get past this first. And then it gets me excited to do it. So this commitment to yourself, this commitment that you created a long time ago, it's time to alter it. Even though it's set in stone in writing, it doesn't mean that you can't change it. You know, it's just different. So if that's like a relationship commitment, a marriage, it doesn't mean that you're like stuck. Definitely try to approach it differently before you give up on it, and try to be a better version of yourself. That way you're getting that in return. So rather than like, this isn't fucking working anymore, I can't fucking do this, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna do me, you can do you, and we'll see how it goes. And you're losing that attempt to control or change, and or you're no longer like, why aren't you seeing I've changed, you need to change. Like, cut that line. You're individual, you proceed the way you need to proceed, and then we'll see how it goes. And the last one I have is Archangel Raphael. So this one's great because this one's protection. This is magic. This is internal ability. And when you look at the card, there's like this bright light behind, but it's coming in as rays. And obviously there's areas that are dark, but there's also the amount of light that you need to proceed. But it's just enough to allow you to find it within yourself and see your gifts. So you're no longer worried on the direction of the outside world or where it's leading you or what it's telling you to do. It's like within you, that strength, and you're able to harness it and understand it and then act accordingly. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope it helps. Let me know if it resonates. If you want to get updates or notifications, I don't even know what it's called, when I create a new video, then you have to subscribe. So do that if you want to see future content. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope this resonates.